Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss about MOS transistor theory. Hope you understood my last class. If you have any queries regarding that, you can contact me anytime. Okay. So MOS transistor theory. The MOS transistor is a majority carrier device in which the current in the channel between source and drain is controlled by a voltage applied to the gate. Means, as we know, we are knowing about that. So there will be in MOS structure, there will be a gate, a source and a drain. Okay. So from source to drain, if the current has to be passed, means it is going to depend upon the voltage that we are going to apply to a gate. So whatever the voltage we are going to apply to the gate, depending on that, the current is going to flow between the source and the drain. Okay, it is going to be controlled by the gate voltage. So there are two types of transistors. We know about that. There will be an NMOS transistor and there will be a PMOS transistor. In NMOS transistor, majority carriers are electrons, and in PMOS transistor, majority carriers will going to be the holes. So here, in order to understand the behavior of MOS transistors, we'll consider an isolated MOS structure where we are going to consider only the gate. We are neglecting source and drain here. We are going to deal with only gate and the body of the transistor. There will be no source, no drain to be considered in this case. So as shown in figure, we'll consider a simple MOS structure, isolated MOS structure I'll tell, because we are going to consider only the gate. We are neglecting source and the drain regions here. Okay, so body of the transistor, with that we are going to consider the gate. Okay, so here if you see the structure of this figure, means, so there will be a top layer which is of good conducting gate layer. So you can observe over there, it is given as polysilicon gate. At the middle we have an insulating oxide layer which is given as silicon dioxide insulator, and there will be a bottom layer which is a P substrate, that is doped silicon body. So you can observe over there, it is P-type body. Okay, since it is a P-type body, means the majority carriers are going to be the holes. It is shown in figure in the blue color. The holes are given over there. So this is the structure of the isolated MOS we have considered. Okay. We'll consider the voltage that we are going to apply to the gate here, right? So when a negative voltage is applied to the gate, what happens? The positively charged holes in the P-type body are going to be attracted towards the gate, right? They are going to be attracted towards the gate. So what happens is, there will be a region beneath the gate where these holes are going to accumulated, right? This is called as accumulation, which is given as figure A. So we are applying the negative voltage to the gate. What happens? Positively charged holes are going to be attracted towards the gate. So a positively charged holes are accumulated beneath the gate region, right? This is called the accumulation. Case, we are going to apply a small positive voltage to the gate. So if you have, when a small positive voltage is applied to the gate, the positive charge on the gate repels the holes, resulting in a depletion region beneath the gate. Okay, there will be a depletion region. So beneath the gate, you can observe a blank space is provided. That is going to be called as depletion region. In the next case, that is in figure C, what happens is, we are going to apply still higher positive potential to the gate, right? So that positive potential will be exceeding a critical threshold voltage Vt. Okay, so Vg, whatever the gate voltage that we are applying, is greater than the threshold voltage. That is, it as given in the figure also, Vg is greater than Vt, means we are applying a voltage which is having higher positive potential, which exceeds the critical voltage, critical threshold voltage. So what happens is the holes are repelled further and some free electrons in the body are attracted towards the region beneath the gate. You can observe there. So these are the free electrons in the p body. They are going to be attracted towards the gate in this condition. Okay, this results in a layer of electrons in the p-type body, and this is called as the inversion region or the depletion region, we can call. Okay, so that is the inversion process. So Vg, which is greater than Vt here, so we are applying the voltage which is greater than the critical threshold voltage. At that time, what happens? The free electrons in the p body gets attracted towards the region which is beneath the gate. Okay, so what happens? That is going to form the inversion region. Okay, inversion region, there will be a depletion region also. So this process is called as inversion. Now we'll directly move on to the NMOS transistor, right? So here, as you know, as you can see, a gate, source and drain with the body of the transistor, it is given. Okay, so here let us consider an NMOS transistor with a grounded source and p-type body. Okay, here the transistor consists of the MOS stacked between two n-type regions called the source and the drain. So in the figure you can observe there are two n plus regions, source and the drain. So the transistor is consisting of MOS stacked between the source and the drain. As we know, depending on the voltage applied to the gate, the current between source and the drain is going to be controlled. Okay, so the same procedure here we are discussing. We'll consider the first case. So in the first case, when gate to source voltage VGS is less than the threshold voltage. Okay, the VGS you can observe in the figure, it is VGS is equal to 0, it is given. So when the VGS is less than the threshold voltage and if the source is grounded, source is also grounded, you can observe. Okay, it is grounded, then the junction between the body and the source or body and the drain. So the junctions between the body and the source or body and the drain are zero biased. The junctions are zero biased. Zero biased, or in other words we can call that as reverse biased. As it is reverse biased, we know no current flows in reverse bias conditions. So here also no current flows between the source and the drain. If no current flows means we assume that the transistor is in off condition. The in reverse biased condition, no current flows and hence it is said to be in off condition. The transistor is said to be in off condition, and this mode of operation is called as the cutoff. It is given clearly in the figure A. So the cutoff operation, okay, no channel is created, the current flow is 0, that is IDS. ds means drain to source, I means current. Drain to source current is equal to 0. In the next case, what happens is when the gate voltage is greater than the threshold voltage, that is VGS is greater than VT. So you can observe in the figure also. In figure B, VGS is greater than VT. Okay? An inversion region of electrons are going to be formed between source and drain. An inversion region of electrons is going to be formed between source and drain. Okay, that a region we are going to name that as the channel. So that channel connects the source and the drain, creating a conductive path and turning the transistor to the on state. Okay, it turns on the transistor by creating a channel between source and the drain when you apply a voltage greater than the threshold voltage. So the number of carriers and conductivity increases with the gate voltage. Here the potential difference between drain and source is VDS. Potential difference between the drain and source is given by VDS, which is equal to VGS minus VGD. VGS minus VGD. Suppose if we are going to maintain the drain to source voltage as 0, that is VDS as 0, then we are going to get VGS is equal to VGD. Okay, hence there will be no electric field tending to push the current from drain to source at that condition. Okay, so when a small positive potential VDS is applied to the drain, the current from drain, the current IDS, drain to source, the current from drain to source IDS flows through the channel from drain to source. Okay, this mode of operation is termed as it can be named in any of the following patterns, that is linear or resistive or triode or non-saturated or unsaturated mode. Okay, it is clearly given in figure C. Okay, next condition, if VDS becomes sufficiently large that VGD, the gate to drain voltage, is less than the threshold voltage. Okay, gate to drain voltage is less than the threshold voltage. The channel is no longer inverted near the drain and it becomes pinched off. You can observe in the figure. You can observe in this figure. So if the condition is the drain to source voltage becomes sufficiently large that the gate to drain voltage is less than the threshold voltage. The gate to drain voltage is less than the threshold voltage, then the channel is no longer inverted near the drain and it becomes pinched off. You can observe here the drain region, the channel is pinched off. Okay, however the conduction is still brought about by the drift of electrons under the influence of the positive drain voltage. About this drain voltage, the current IDS is controlled by the gate voltage and ceases to be influenced by the drain, and this mode of operation is going to be called as saturation. So you can observe in the figure, it is given in the figure also. Saturation means the channel is pinched off at the drain region. Okay, in which case the IDS is independent of VDS. Okay, this is the saturation procedure. Hope you understood. If you have any queries, you can easily reach out to me. Okay, you can ask any of your doubts to me directly. Feel free to ask the doubts, right? So in the next class, as we have seen the NMOS transistor today, we'll see the or we'll discuss about the PMOS transistor in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.